It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The shift away from fossil fuel appears to be gathering pace, with 2 renewable energy projects earmarked for the Upper Hunter. Renewable energy company Epuron is completing a feasibility study into erecting up to 80 wind turbines at Bowman's Creek, east of Muswellbrook, while a solar farm is being proposed on the site of the former Drayton Colliery. Each project is capable of producing 250 and 25 megawatts of electricity respectively, enough to provide power to more than 100,000 homes. Muswellbrook Mayor Martin Rush says he would welcome the projects as long as they would provide jobs and affordable energy. The federal member for Paterson is facing questions over whether she is entitled to stand for election and sit in Parliament. The Parliamentary Register of Members' Interests shows Meryl Swanson jointly owns horse rug and agistment company Swan Ridge Investments with her husband. However, the company owes a tax debt to the ATO, which is subject to a repayment arrangement. The Australian reports under Section 44 of the Constitution, a person with a direct or indirect financial interest with the Commonwealth is incapable of being chosen or allowed to sit in Parliament. Labor's latest commitment to the Hunter is hoping to boost the number of young people participating in STEM industries. If the opposition is elected, $400,000 will be put towards an expansion of the University of Newcastle's HunterWise program, linking female high school students with STEM mentors. An additional $180,000 will fund the development of a virtual science lab program connecting regional high school students with university experts. Newcastle MP Sharon Claydon says both initiatives are terrific outreach programs.
Going to those students who might not otherwise be thinking about higher education or STEM as a legitimate career pathway for themselves.
A man accused of going on a carjacking spree at Beresfield has been refused bail. 21-year-old Sonny Teopira did not enter any pleas when he fronted Maitland Local Court yesterday. He's accused of stealing a woman's car from a car park on Anderson Drive on Sunday before crashing the vehicle and assaulting the driver of another car. Another 2 men and 2 women were also charged after they allegedly attempted to hinder police as they tried to arrest Teopira. With cybersecurity now a priority for governments across the world, the University of Newcastle is launching a new degree to help combat online attacks. The Master of Cybersecurity will be offered from the end of July this year and hopes to address a shortage of cybersecurity workers across the globe. Program convener Professor Vijay Varadarajan says the program is directed at students with a previous degree in computing, but it's not essential.
People with this cognitive experience can do this program in 1 year. People with not the background of computing and engineering, they'll be able to do it in 2 years. So there are the different pathways.
And the final piece of Newcastle's light rail fleet has arrived. The 6th tram will serve as a second backup vehicle in case of breakdowns and emergencies.
2NURFM Sport.
The Newcastle Jets have $500,000 freed up in their salary cap after withdrawing a 1-year contract extension to star striker Roy O'Donovan. The 33-year-old wanted a goal performance clause in his contract, which, if achieved, would automatically trigger a second year at the club. O'Donovan has revealed he was keen to stay in Newcastle long term after buying a home at Fletcher last year, and while the money was right, the term of the contract was the sticking point. Knights fullback Kalen Ponga has been fined $1,150 for his trip on Warriors half Chanel Harris-Tabita. Meanwhile, there are plenty of smiles all round at the club after the Knights' Harold Matthews side took out the grand final at the weekend with a convincing 28-8 victory over the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And 14-year-old Gateshead sprinter Tori Lewis is being compared to a young Kathy Freeman or Sally Pearson after narrowly missing qualification for the women's final at the Stall Gift over Easter. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 1, 30, 21, 36, 20 and 41, and the supplementaries are 32 and 8. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.